evening, everybody. Like she said, my name is Sitton. I am the A-Plus Program Coordinator as well as the Leadership School Coordinator. And I'm just going to go over a few of the basics today. If you have any questions, because I'm not going to hit on everything specifically with A-Plus, but if you have any questions later, feel free to ask me at the end. So the A-Plus program, most of you are very familiar with. If you have not utilized it, or had an older child that utilized it, or have somebody in the family that have utilized A+, it is 2 free years at any technical or community college in the state of Missouri. So in order to get that scholarship and to meet those, you have to meet these requirements. So I'm going to go over some of these. Be a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or lawfully resident in the U.S. Sign an A+ agreement, which is something that you'll sign either your freshman year or throughout high school. A 2.5 GPA. So the reason why we really want to hit on this with our 8th graders is because all of this stuff, all of these requirements start their freshman year. So I have students come in sometimes their senior year and they are really confused as to why their attendance or GPA is so bad because they've been doing really good their senior year. But I have to remind them that it starts the very first day of their freshman year and it goes all the way until they graduate. So a 2.5 cumulative GPA, so that's first day of the freshman year to all the way to the end of your senior year. 95% cumulative attendance. This is the one that students struggle with the most. This is the one, like Dr. Ramsey said, it's about 7 days a year. And I just like to tell all of my students that definitely bank them up because you don't know what's going to happen. And everything, unless it has to do with this school organized event, everything that you miss school for, even if it's 30 minutes, 5 minutes here, all of that will count against your attendance for high school. Okay, so make sure doctor's appointments, stuff like that is trying to schedule that after school or before school. Perform minimum of 50 hours of unpaid tutoring. So their junior or senior year, your student will sign up for tutoring, and I will tutor train them, and then I will send them out into classes that they enjoy and that they're really good at, so they can help tutor other students. But that's where they will get these 50 hours of tutoring. And then attend an A+ designated high school for 2 years prior to graduation. So it used to be 3 consecutive years. Now, as long as they were in an A+ designated school throughout Missouri for 2 years before graduating, then they are good. Another thing, and this is always a stickler too, and I don't like this one myself, but score a proficient or advanced on the Algebra 1 EOC. Sometimes we just have students that are not great at math, and so they tend to struggle with this. However, the EOC is not the only way to meet this requirement. DESE came out with a way a couple years ago that the student can also, when they take the ACT, we look at their subcomposite math score on the full ACT. So there's like a sliding scale with their subcomposite score and their GPA. So without the visual, I don't know the visual. No. It's if your student has a 3.0 and they get a 15 on their math subcomposite score on their ACT, that meets it. If they have a 2.8 or a 16 or a 2.5 and a 17. So they kind of balance each other out. You can find all this information on DESE or even on the A+ website. On the Parkview website, there's an A+ site I can go to. But all this information is on there. I also like to point out that postgraduate eligibility, A+ is good for 4 years after your student graduates. So like I said, it's good for 2 years of college, free college, but it's good for 4 years. So let's say, because I've got students sometimes that come in and they just think they're going to take a year off and come back, it is still good then. Okay, I encourage them not to take a year off, but sometimes students do. Another thing that we have is we've got kids that really want to move away, get out of Springfield, and then they end up coming back because they miss home, and so it is still eligible, or they still are eligible for that. So I do like to point out that it is good for 48 months or 4 years after That was really fast. I know it's a short version of all that. Like I said, if you have any questions at the end for A+, feel free to ask. The next thing we're going to go over is Leadership School. We are so excited to be able to present Leadership School to you for free tonight. This is something that is homegrown. All the curriculum has been created by our teachers and our administration, and we pride ourselves on being able to provide this for your students. It is a choice program now for Sitton Public Schools. And as part of our program, seniors, they have to do a capstone and all that, but another requirement that we have our seniors do is they have to complete a community speaking opportunity. So I do have one of my seniors here tonight, Raquel Aguilar, and she is actually going to present